There's a lot of great YouTube videos out there about how to insulate your hot tub if you have cold, treacherous winters that get below freezing for days in a row, 24/7 like we do. And I'm going to put links to those in the description below. But for my first winter of owning a hot tub, I've decided to do something a little bit quicker and a little more economical since we're into winter now. Believe it or not, it's just a warm day. So I wanted to share with you what I'm doing to insulate my hot tub. And the reason I want to insulate it is because the less that your heater and your pump has to run, the more energy you save. So the more insulated it is, the less it's going to run that heater and cost you a high bill. So what I chose to use is some of this foam pipe covers. And I will put links to these things in the description below as well. This is camper heat insulation. And this is a backflow pipe insulation. And I'll show you how I use these. Since we have winters that are below freezing for 24/7 for days in a row at times, I decided to have the extra assurance and insurance of getting some of these pipe covers to put around these jet lines to help insulate them. So this is just an idea if you have harsh winters and want to help to protect your jet lines. You can just cut each one. And wrap it around this. And you can tape that and have those insulated a little better for some extra reassurance. So here's how the pipe insulation turned out on these jet tubes or air tubes, inlet tubes. And you can just put tape around them. So each four of these are now insulated. I have not taped them yet. But then I decided to get this cover for a backflow pipe. So it's not made for a hot tub heater at all, but it is insulated to, I believe it's -5 below outside. And so what I had to do to make this size fit is I cut a seam. And I will sew this on my sewing machine on both ends. If you choose to get the backfill insulation cover like I did, and you want to get a smaller size that's cheaper, and cut the side seam to where it'll fit over your hot tub pump, you can just cut the seam like I've done and put it on your sewing machine and just sew a hem and put it back on your pump to cover it. And there you have it. But as you can see, if you get one of these, it's very heavy duty, waterproof. It's made for winter insulation. This fits over your hot tub cover perfectly well, just like this. And it covers your pipes, your inlet and outlet air tubes down here. So what you can do then is get a ratchet and take and wrap your ratchet cord around on the bottom and on the top lightly to hold it down. And you can also wrap it this way to hold it down through the winter. So that's going to have your heater well insulated, or your pump well insulated, and your tubes. And another option for covering your pump, instead of using black ratchet tie downs, I got 2 of these blue tie downs from Walmart. You get 2 of them for about $5. And you can just wrap this around your cover piece here, like this. I'll put one on the bottom and I'll put one on the top, just like this. And then you can just pull it and tighten it up. So that's just another option if you choose to get this insulated cover to go over your pump. So what I'm going to do is take this camper insulation, and darling, if you can hold this for me over here, so we can take and wrap this. I could go ahead and measure this and cut it to the height of the hot tub and just wrap it around the hot tub, but what I wanted to do, instead of cutting it to this height, is overlap it. So as you can see, I've gone around and I've made pleats, as if you're sewing a garment. I've made pleats and used the rocks or the bricks to hold them down. So once you get your pleats made, what you need to do, if you've ever had experience with sewing, you fold your pleat up like this, and then we're going to cut it like this, and you're simply going to overlap it. You can use insulation tape or you can use duct tape. For right now, I'm going to just temporarily tape it in place with some duct tape. So then you're going to go to each of your seams. We're going to cut to the edge, overlap it, and tape it. So unfortunately I do have a gap here, but I'm not going to worry about this one space. There's some other things I'm going to do that I have an idea for this, but basically we're going to go ahead and take all the bricks off and reseal these seams. So as you can see, I have gotten the seams all taped on the outside. I have the cover going all the way down to the bottom. And now what I want to do is take it and tape the inside of the seams to give it extra reinforcement. I inverted the cover and put it on the ground because I think that's going to make it a lot easier to tape these inside seams. Tape to the length that you need it. This way, by taping the seams on the inside and the outside, it's just going to help reinforce it so that every time you take this on and off to get in and out of your hot tub, it will hold together a lot better. So I'm just going to go all the way around and finish doing all of the seams. So as you can see, I got all the seams on the inside taped. Now we're going to put it back onto the hot tub. You want your seam to be where the pump is at. So it's not that hard for one person to take this on and off. And just spin it right around. And there we have it. So now we're going to make our insulated foam board to put on top, and we'll show you how we do that. Take this right back off. Looks like it stays together pretty well. So I decided to make an extra cover on my hot tub to place on top of my liner and my original cover, just to give it that added insulation. So I'm going to put two of these foam boards together. And I tape both of the ends just to kind of hold them snug in place. I measured the radius of my hot tub from one end to the center, and I placed a nail and I tacked a nail down right at the radius of the diameter of my hot tub. And then I took a string and I attached it to the nail so that way I can draw my circle going around like this and have my perfect circle. I am putting a permanent marker in one hand and holding the string with the other hand. And then I'm going to slowly pull that string around in a circle around the nail that it is attached to, going around the two pieces of insulation board, slowly and carefully drawing my circle with the permanent markers. There you have your circle. Now I'm going to use my jigsaw to go around and cut my circle out. Now we can just remove the remnant. And here we have our perfect circle. Well, not perfect, but close enough. So now I'll go ahead and finish taping it across the center. You can just tape the center to where you can fold it back when you want to access your hot tub. Or you can tape both sides. It's up to you. And another thing you can also do with this, you can double it up and measure it to where it'll fit inside of your hot tub cover in place of your air liner that you blow up. If your air liner leaks and you can't afford to buy another one, you can use this in place of the air mattress liner inside of your cover. I'm sure there are many better ways of doing these things that I'm doing. So if you know a better technique or way to do this or better ideas, please put your ideas or suggestions in the comments so that others can get better ideas as well, because we're all here to help each other out. For my needs, I'm just going to tape one side to where that way I can just flip this over like this, take it off my hot tub and store it easier. And when I go to put it on my hot tub, I can just flip it over like this and make it so much more easier. So let's see how this fits. So here you have your regular hot tub cover with your inflatable liner underneath. And if you have winters like we do that are treacherous, full of freezing rain, ice, sleet, lots of snow, below zero temperatures for days on end, you may want to insulate your hot tub a little bit better to help conserve on your electric bill, your energy consumption, and to protect the plastic of your cover and the sides of your hot tub from freezing and cracking and such things. So I also want to remind you that you can use this insulated board cover to fit inside of this regular hot tub cover in place of your inflatable liner. If your inflatable liner loses air or you have problems keeping it patched to hold air, the foam insulation board is a good alternative to measure the inside of your cover liner and place it on the inside. So let's take this cover that we just made and put it on top and see how it fits. As you can see, one person can handle it pretty easily, other than the windy conditions, which is making this whole thing challenging to video, but it is a perfect fit. That is exactly how I wanted it to fit and come to the edges like that. So also what I think that I will do is place the silver insulation edging around the outside and top of the insulation board cover. But if you want to, you can place the insulation board cover on top of your silver edging around the outside edge. So it doesn't matter. It's however you want to do it. You can place your foam board cover on top of the silver or underneath of it. So luckily, it is easy for one person to be able to handle the silver edging liner and place it around the outside edge. If it's wintertime, you've got a bad winter storm coming, you want to get your hot tub fully insulated to protect it, you can run outside and just go ahead and put your insulation board cover on, put this silver liner around the edge, get your cover over your pump, and get it all covered up well and insulated for that winter storm that's coming, or frigid cold below zero temperatures. I can't imagine that any of us are going to be getting in our hot tubs if it's below zero out, unless you have it inside a garage or a basement or somewhere like that, but not outside. So there is a little gap, but I got my cover on my pump here. I've got my pipe covers over the 4 jet inlets and outlets, and I have a little gap here, but that's okay because the next cover that I'm going to place over all of this will cover that up. It'll cover this gap up and it'll be just fine, I think. So let me go get the new cover and we will put this on. I will show you how this is going to fit over all of this to be an added protection to cover all of this up. I will place a link in the description or comments below for all these things, where I found this cover and everything else, so that you can find them for yourself as well. But this cover goes all the way to the ground and it has a nice silver inside lining, and it's easy for one person to get on. And I think that in the treacherous winter conditions with snow and ice and below zero temperatures, if I'm not able to use the hot tub, this will be a nice way to insulate it economically and rather easily, to help keep the energy bill down, hopefully, or somewhat. This space where I came up a little bit short because my roll of camper insulation was not quite long enough, I took the leftover pieces of the insulation board, measured them, and taped them together to be able to fit right over this spot, just like that. My silver liner can wrap right around this like this. And then when I put my cover over the top, we have that spot taken care of. I hope that I've been able to help some of you out with some ideas on insulating your hot tub. And I ask that you please subscribe to my channel. And give my video a like and some comments, and I would greatly appreciate that so much. May the Most High richly bless you, and enjoy your hot tub. It's hard to keep the leaves cleaned up around the inside of my canopy that is over my hot tub with a leaf blower and things, so I found that using an old shop vac works really well to keep your leaves sucked up and keep things tidy.